Hi lovely viewers, it's me again, your one and only Mutati Mpundu. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time on my channel, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting the red subscribe button down below and turn the bell icon to join the notification squad. Don't forget to like, share and leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this video in the comment section below. I'll be super glad to hear from you lovely viewers.
It is not about the family asking for a state funeral. Edgar Lungu is a former head of state, and as such, according to our constitution, he is supposed to be given a state funeral. Hello? Yeah, I'm quite sure. Yes, Matthew.
Yeah, I've been listening to your program, Matali. You have spoken very well, Matali. You have spoken very well. So that
hello?
Yeah, so that family ilangane pochabe so that wapange one solution so that walungu washikiwe. So this thing of also a European.
Yeah. Hello? 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 Hello?
Good evening, Mr. Tari.
Good evening.
Hello, how are you?
Fine, thank
yes, you. Yes, how are you, Mr. Tari?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah, this is Pearson Shikapwasha calling you from Nangoma.
Yes, my brother. Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Tari, ifo ningalanda fya kwewati, napali chintu, ichi tusevenye sana, nichi lechitika chalo chisha Zambia. Mulandu wa wantu wanga wavili. Pali Makebi Zulu na Makebi Esther. Because, natororesha kuru mego tuwafu makonso, kuintambi, whoever applied to the president of this country, he has that certificate of being buried at Embassy Park. That is our property as a citizen of this country, where we bury our former head of state.
Be brief.
Even the president, even the current president, he knows.
Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Evening, thank you. Let me just go straight to the point. So on the part of government, the government nabena abobare tumamukusta negotiate. Ushe nabena techi batonto nkanya the main issue here Milan, because if we ordinary citizens know that the main issue here is Milan bakwatamukot. What more those guys that go to negotiate? Because even them, they need to initiate. What's the point of going to negotiate if you don't know the basis on which you are negotiating?
Wait a minute, my brother. Yes. One of the problems, like I've said it here, one of the problems is that, from the family side, they each other, if I could put it that way, where Makebi said, no, Imirandu, it's not part of whatever. But this is why I'm saying, let government come up with something and just offer it to say, guys, this is what we are offering you. Even if they are saying, no, these cases, we are not talking about the cases, but let them just come up with something and, propose it to the family.
Yes, because even as the people, like, let's say, the body is brought into Zambia, we bury. It will not look good on the part of government to start sending those people to court and all that. It will not. They will lose. The government will lose confidence at the end of the day. So the best is from the word go. Let those issues be dealt with outside court. They negotiate and all that. Everything is clear. Because if they allow this issue, whether wana or wakashibaka kama koti, it will bring another thing because it will again. So, issue ya kwatora kuma court for abantu is a non-starter. We need to find a way of moving forward. I mean, of course we can say law is law, but use common sense. That's why there is wisdom. You find a better way of resolving those issues. Leave those people, that family alone. Let them live their own lives.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yes, I want to contribute on this one. Makebi should be investigated on the relationship with Sylvia. Is it Sylvia Katoba? Just to keep you posted, in Zambia, we have a woman called Sylvia Katoba who kept the husband dead up to the bones. So the police should check, maybe they've got a relationship. This case is similar to that case. All these things they are trying to do are not justified. Makebi has got a brother who killed someone. Is he related to that killing? Why is he misbehaving? Why have they hired him to talk for the family? What is the real reason? Thank you.
Well, basically, actually, for me, Makebi Zulu should have recused himself. You know, you can't be in the forefront talking, and your brother, you know, is facing murder. Come on. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? What the hell? Can you get me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. All right. Just 2 quick points. Let me give you this example of this.
The line is bad. The line is bad. It's breaking. Hello?
What the hell?
Yes. Yeah, I'm quiet.
Hello? Yes, what the hell?
Yes.
I want to thank you for... My name is John.
Yes, John.
I want to thank you for having the courage to bring out these issues. Bantu uyu muntu Makebi uyu, you can see that he's gotten involved in this matter. Personal. It is so personal. He's no longer speaking on behalf of the family. You could see that he's so emotional when he's talking about this issue.
He has got hatred for HH, big time. Edgar will be buried, but not during the time of HH. He will be buried in Zambia, but not during the time of whatever. Come on. Is that speaking for the family?
No, definitely not. So, Makebi, even Laz should come into this issue because, I mean, that is professional misconduct on part of him as a lawyer. Dale ichindika we know as a lawyer.
Please go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah. So.
Hello. Yes, please. I'm quiet.
I'm quiet. Alabatira ti upangiwe walechi. Ngeshumulandire ba Makebi ngaba request ya man. Sometimes it was what a man ya school, but a man ya to what a quick.
Sana.
So ba Makebi ngaba request ya man. Bela badi ngire kuinash. Dalam bela example. Olo twashire umfuati ati so na dadiso. Na bakari no kutsaririza ama passports ya watu wa South Africa kuri za memorial service ya hapa kuba. The lawyer, because that lawyer is not only educated but is also wise. Ali butuka first yapanga statement to but I know my client. What should apply ukusenda ma passport. So now the government naye nanga yamona bala mate I think uyulo ya muntu wako bati na ali so by African range. But nombaga mwamona wa Makebi katishi bareko kupangira isi na pachitumbi.
Bareko kupangira isi na pachitumbi.
Kupangira isi na pamarilo. Because for me, I'll tell you that Makebi is just an average lawyer. I haven't seen a lawyer who probably is to pay. You know what? Ransom to ransom. No, I think it's not correct. So I think if Vangetumalanga Mava is Salon, Uyongo Ngemuso Vapet. And truly, if you are to Baba start used by the state at Pangrepo in Milan. It's from Milan. Yes, she needs to appear before court. But again, if these are issues that can be resolved outside court through engagements, they also need to have a lawyer who is sober. But looking at the way Makebi Zulu is behaving, I don't think that will be possible. And when all these things are happening...
Thank you. Please, let's be brief so that I can accommodate many people. Hello?
Hello. What are you saying? A quick one. This situation, you know the way it is, huh? When you join ZAF, you have the node ZAF, there are certain things that you will be part of, which you need to follow. You have joined a system. The way you dress, the way it's not about you t-shirt, you have to wear a uniform. It's the same way with the state. When you become a president, there are certain things that you forgo personally. There are certain things that because you are part of a system. So in a system, even when you retire, even in these generals, even Nama commander, I think Ngabashita retire, security and stuff like that. So if you want to live life as a private citizen and do things on your own like the family are saying, then don't join, don't be a president. But he was stopped by the security. Why was he stopped? You know? So when you join, when you become a president, you become part of a system which they need to declare to say, okay, he has to be buried in accordance with it. Not if you are to South Africa. If you are burying somebody to South Africa, PF was built on a pro-poor number, you know?
Thank you,
so
my brother.
These are some of the things the family need to think about.
Thank you. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Hello, Batem.
Yes.
Ndande, ndio mfapanya balilanda.
Nyuko kwine mudi. Landeni.
So I can contribute. Okay. Munshani.
Bueno fe.
Therefore, Shumulanda that the government that state proper cases yaba Esther Lungu. Bushaba government eva tolewa Esther Lungu police nangu koti nangu nibalu kwa rwabo. I was thinking that you appeal mwe mufule mwayalanda na baliaba nisi baba Esther Lungu aba tolewa Esther Lungu kukoti nangu ku police kwa watu state proper charges. Could be anti because in my own opinion, the government by by government, it is our own relative who took her to court. Number by government, Mala Benksha Mushanya trusted Tropu, Ama cases Java is the room because Tabari Shiveri Tabari Pro. So you might tell a few good in Isuavo, we are managing and with Yandarama, our police. Everybody that's the drop on charges in the dropped because the English government, the government, by initiating the Alshenawe.
So, umfani mkwai, mwalanda fe wino. Mwalanda fe wino, but ineri ya shiri, na didi shiba wino sana. Na didi shiba wino sana. So, if you mwalanda, fishing, kokobatio, complainant ekwadi. But lekeni miebo, kulanda mufu machumi. Government is involved. Mwalishiba, imwana inenga tuwakwato mulandu. Government ingachakwa chilefwaya, ilefwaya ilikisha ine. Bala tunka, imwa wala mitunka na milandu shala kosa. Mwamona? Ne milandu shala kosa. So, apanderanda tekovati yes nimbe showa complainant ba complainant valia bali vatunka mubali vatunka mecho mwamwene no buteko bwaima bakapokola baimo kuya mukuteta geti mwalimu ne ifi achitike pala panganda kwali kafuafwa so family government kuti achita negotiate kuti ya landa kona wali abantu ko bati awe tieni tuchitefi
vatayari abani balupwa abene balishwe bayikala
nawe imote balu efo ndemye bati umfweni ine imweta muishive mirando foshire nini njishiva echo ndemye berati apa government techelanda tiyo that we are not involved. They are involved. I'm telling you, they are involved, and they can help this situation.
No, by mama le tontomkanyati ba government balilishive bya shipausa batunto niso abati
balilishiva
so mulenje bafiniti uyo ngari chikiro drop yake
you are even saying a nisi. You are even saying a nisi. It's not a nisi. Nisi is charged in our Esther. Tenisi wa watu wala kukocha ni banganga bakwa nisi. So mwamona already you don't know me, I know. Bye. Hello
Mr. Kaj, how are you?
Fine, thanks.
Okay. All right. Okay, let me just contribute on the issue of the government dropping the cases and so on. First of all, people should understand, especially those who are watching from afar, that if there is any stubborn person, it's Esther Long. That case, Ranex, shouldn't have even gone to the police or maybe to court. The complainant tried other avenues so that they can negotiate and then deal with the issue privately. Esther Lungu became so stubborn to the point whereby even when the complainant went to the police, I remember the day when she went to complain at Central Police. I was there. The police said, okay, we are giving you 3 days. Go and negotiate with Esther. She's a prominent person, so that they can give you your car and all that stuff. She completely refused until when now she's in court. The government now have got no hand. There is a complaint. The complainant is not government. There is a complainant who is there, who was ready to negotiate, who was ready to discuss things outside court, but she refused. That woman is not as humble as you think she is. That woman is very stubborn. And people will be very surprised. And that's why I'm not surprised to say all these things going to this length. The second person who I can blame is that Wamdarava Arik Banda is a spiritual parent to that family. He is also a catalyst to this problem. He's also a problem as well. The same bishop, Archbishop Arik Banda. He's also a biggest problem. He is the main catalyst, if you don't know. Makebi is just a lawyer, just offer legal advice, but spiritually and moral advice comes from him as a spiritual parent, and he's not doing his job very well. Because he has got that beef and and then he's trying now to get back to him using the family and so on. At the end of the day, it's the family that will lose, the family that will suffer, and they will suffer if they don't go back to their senses.
Yeah. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Hello,
Mr. Tayari, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Tayari, I'm here for the advice as your brother. Yes, but Tayari moneni. Kuti tuachita argue politically. But Tayari mwalishi bati mfaira kalipa.
That's true. Mfaira kalipa
ba Tayari. Ba Tayari ba Esther Lungu baline chitumbi mu nganda.
Abalenga ni bani.
Eka mubikire ba Esther.
Abalengo kwati. Abekete chitumbi ni bani. Abekete chitumbi ni bani.
Batayari umfweni. Batayari umfweni before tamulanda keni ndande ero mulande.
Okay. Landeni mwandini.
Keni ndande. Batayari mfwa ira kalipa. More especially nga balume bo bafuire nangu ni bawiso bafuire. Nomba batayari mwakoshafe lyonse ba Esther Lungu. Dekeni ba Esther Lungu bashike ekiriro mukambi okulanda ko batayari. Batayari nga nibano ko bafuire batayari am telling you. Keti umuntu amimina mbyo kulande fiketi mumfwe bwino. Mwamfwa. Teka nyeni batayari.
Okay, so mulanda tinapuisha ero nomba ndefu atulanyishanye imwe naine.
Okay. Mfani batali fo ndenda takubachi. Bali abantu bali grift. Mwako? Bali ne chiririshi. Ero mulera ndafe yo abakola bafa bali punda chibalaba banani kani bali bastapoli. Bali bastapoli. Umuntu ali ne chirishi. Lekeni bashika ero mwambe ama issues. TikTok tayakapwe na mayoika bako lekeni fi akulandalanda mwe bantu tekanye lekeni tushike.
Okay. Icho tulelandira chinshi. Icho tulelandira chinshi. Chinshi tulelandira.
Batayali efinde nye bana twishwa bonse cyo mulerangira.
Chinshi tulelandira
nomba teka nyendekeni tushike ero mwambe kula basongo na timbi.
Chen tulanshanye bane. Icho tulelandira chinshi tilengero kwa tulelanda. Hello? 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 Vatalala. Hello? Look, the point is that why are we talking? We want to bury. That's what we want. We want to bury. We want to bury, and we want to bury Edgar Lungu Muzambia. That's what we want. That's what we want. We want Edgar Lungu to rest in peace. Teifo ikete chitumbi chawa Lungu. Teifo turekanya kwa watu washike yo. Niva mayo wa Esther na Makebi Zulu wavo. Teifo. We are not stopping the family from burying. We are not stopping. We want them to bury, and we want to bury this person as a former head of state. That is the issue. That is the issue. It is them who are holding on to that body, and that's why we are talking. We are talking so that Bale Keko to shike wino. That is why we are talking. Hello? Hello?
Yes, Daddy.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, the thing is you want to bury. You want to bury.
Yes.
If you wanted to bury, this body would have been underground by today.
Okay, so what did we do?
Because the government of Wichilema intervened, send the
Kaidi, how did they intervene?
He sent the Madila to go and prevent them from burying the body.
Bury where?
In South Africa.
So, is that right? Is that right that our former head of state should be buried in South Africa? Is that right?
It doesn't matter.
No, is it right?
That's the family wish. No,
it's okay.
In your own opinion.
Okay, it's a family wish. It's a family wish. But
yes.
Listen, it's a family wish. But Edgar Lungu was a former head of state. We have a stake as the public. We have a stake. Yes, it belongs to the family, but he was former head of state. And for that, we have a stake.
No, you know,
yeah.
You can't singular a stake from the all stakes of the former president.
All the former heads of state, they are buried in Zambia. All the former heads of state are buried in Zambia. Why should we bury Edgar Lungu in Zambia, in South Africa?
There's no law. There is no law. There's no law that prescribes that every Zambian president should be buried in Zambia.
Yes, there is no law. There is no law.
So what grounds are you basing your argument to say he can't be buried where the family are wishing to bury him?
No, we are not saying he can't be buried. We are not saying we can't be buried.
No,
we are simply saying
why did the government prevented him to be buried?
We
according to the wishes
we want to reason. We want to reason. Government is trying to do everything that they can so that Ngafiakanika, then we will let it be. But at least we would have tried. We will be on record that we tried. Even me, I'm talking here. I'm putting myself on record so that in future we will be able to tell you, to say, we told you. Because in future, you, the very people, you will start coming to say, no, Edgar Lungu is buried in South Africa. We cannot keep him in South Africa. We need to bring him in Zambia. We will tell you to say, we told you.
is only human. So the human being, they have their wishes. If you want to be incriminated or you want to be buried outside the what?
In the meantime, we are expressing our view. This is our view. Hakai Edgar Lungu should be buried in Zambia. It's okay. We will let you bury in South Africa. But tomorrow, don't come back to say, no, now you want to bring Edgar Lungu. We'll tell you to say, we told you. Hello? Hello?
Watayari. Watayari. Shani.
Wino febane, Shani.
Wino. Watayari. Mwarisha. Ubuntu rufyanya konse. Azaka ise kuzipata ikapata uzaka sana po kumwa manzi. You being where you are now is because of the court cases that we are having with the current government.
So now, wait a minute. What is the connection? What is the connection? We are talking about burying Edgar Lungu in Zambia. What is the connection with me being here? What is the connection? Mukandimo banzelu wakuchipata. Banzelu wakuchipata. What is the connection? What is the connection?
You want to come back to Zambia. That's why you are...
Okay, I want to come back to Zambia. The point is, what is the connection? We are saying we want Edgar Lungu to be buried in Zambia. What is the connection? Me wanting to come back, me being here. What is the connection?
Why are you being against the wishes of the family?
The wishes of the family, why we are being against? Because that man is a former head of state. And that family that you are talking about, they benefited because we voted for Edgar Lungu as president. They benefited. They have what they have because Edgar Lungu was voted as president. So now, Edgar Lungu is dead, and then you want to say just the wishes of the family. Wishes of the family. When they were enjoying as, members of the president, the family of the president, yeah, it is private, it is private. Yeah? Edgar Lungu was former head of state team. Eh? Why is he there? Hello? 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 Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello? Yes, Mr. Tayari.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm okay, sir. How are you?
I'm okay. Am I live to your program?
Yes, you are live and you are very clear. Please go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Tayari. I'm calling from Zambia, Mchinga province. Yes, I've been following your discussion concerning issues surrounding the value and the of our president Edgar Lungu.
Make your point, my brother. Make your point quickly.
Yes, my view is my view is it not unfair to the Lungu family, as you said, no. Our mother is involved for her not to do what she has done. Okay, put it as in your shoes. Your wife has died and maybe she was
Listen, you people, you like to say, hey, put it in your shoes, put it in your shoes. I mean, you don't know how I will react. You don't know. Speak for yourself. I would never do this kind of nonsense. Never. Not even my children will do this. They will never. You won't see my children holding on to the body. No, our father. No, our father. They will never do it. So don't speak about me. Speak for yourself. If you can't do it, say, me, I can't do it. Don't say, put yourself in the shoes. No, my children, I can assure you, my children will never come up with this nonsense to hold on to say, no, how can in the Ichilema you did this to our father? No, never. Even now, you will never meet my children. And my children say, hey, Daddy, my father. They never do that. Allah. So don't bring it on me. Speak for yourselves.
Mr. Tayari, I'm not accusing the president here. What I'm saying is that is it not fair to, because I think the family was engaged in the case, but because of other Mingalato that was done, that's not why the family.
Such as what Mingalato was there?
Yes.
Which Mingalato? Which Mingalato was there?
What caused the family to change the decision?
Tell us what caused the family to change the decision. Tell us.
In your preamble, you said you know whatever happened.
You tell us. In Jima Mwakambat, no, because the family changed because of Mingalato. So tell us which Mingalato, which were brought in. Tell us.
Both Makebi Zulu says the government had turned away from what they agreed.
So what did what is that? What is that government change? Tell us.
No, I don't know.
You don't know. You don't know, but you're supporting, but you don't know. Makebi said no government has changed, but you don't know. What did government change? Hello?
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Dad.
Good evening.
You are just speaking for your belly. You are not representing anyone. You're just speaking for your belly.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's your opinion. I'm speaking for my belly. But what do you say about barring our former head of state in South Africa? Is that okay? You who is speaking not from the belly, you who is being objective, speak objectively. According to you, is it okay that our former head of state should be buried in another country? Is it okay? Hello? Baenda. Me, I'm speaking from the bed, but that one who is speaking from objective. Hello? That's good. That's your opinion. Hello? Hello?
Hello. Good evening, Makebi.
Good evening.
People are arguing about family wish of ECL to be buried in South Africa. We have got a smaller one, but not smaller. When we send our priest to Catholic, and the family, they give that priest to the church. When he dies, there will be nothing like the family has wished that our son will be buried at our village, buried somewhere. The Catholic Church takes over the funeral, they bury somewhere where the families will come. They don't even argue. Now, I don't know what you're talking about such things. I have special fascination level. If a priest can be buried where it is required by the faith, what about the president? That simple as that. That's my contribution.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Good evening, Mr. Ted.
Good evening.
There is an adage that says any society is a reflection of its people. And the society we have today, this is a society which is so lazy that it cannot do its own research. It waits upon other people to tell them whatever that goes around them. It's very unfortunate. I have been following this. I've been following your discussion on this platform. I think from the time our late president died, and when I hear certain comments and so on, I get frustrated. But again, it's very unfortunate that in this society, whoever has a divergent view or views from theirs, then it's either you are paid or probably you are trying to blackmail the other party.
Yes, yes.
I think it's very unfortunate. I'm a firm believer, Mr. Tayari, that if today I differ with you, if tomorrow you do what is correct, I should not be consistent in doing wrong things. So what I want to say is that I think that for me, of the people that means well for this country, I think Mr. Tayari, you are one of them. I'm not trying to do this so that probably I would wink you, but I'm trying to say this because I think when Mr. Edgar Lungu chose to be president of this country, Mr. Edgar Lungu was not just an average person. This is a person who was informed, he was well educated, and he knew that the moment I took hold of office, then certain rights, family rights, and so on, they will be subdued by the national good. And the people that are saying that, no, Mr. Edgar Lungu and his family, they have a right for him to be buried wherever. I think there is a precedent that has already been set in this country. Let's look at the body of Dr. Kaunda. Dr. Kaunda had his own wishes of where he wanted to be buried. And the family, they stood firm to say Dr. Kaunda will not be buried at Embassy Park. But what did the government at the time do? The government went to court.
And that government, was the government of Edgar Lungu.
The government of Edgar Lungu. They went to court, and the court ruled that Dr. Kaunda should be buried at the Embassy Park. Yeah. So when you are a public figure, there comes a time when national interest takes precedence over any other interest. And this is what is at play. If you ask me,
thank you, my brother. Let me allow.
I might not even be interested.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's true. Even if Hakainde Hichilema doesn't want, I mean, unfortunately, this is what it has to be. Hello? Hello?
Evening.
Yes.
Evening. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, so I'll just get straight to the point. Well, I don't know why people tonight are talking like that. It seems they just want to provoke you, but they know the truth is that ECL has to be buried in Zambia, and there's it's a no-brainer. Yeah, it's a no-brainer indeed. So the man needs to come back to Zambia. I mean, his body needs to come. We need to bury him. I've been agreeing with you from day one on this topic. But those that are against, I feel maybe they just want to provoke you or play with you or anything like that. So, and I'm very surprised. We've not even had a peaceful protest in Zambia to say we want our 60th president to be back, to be buried in Zambia. People are just quiet about it. Yeah. So that's my contribution. And
my brother, what you have said there is very important. Maybe you could start it that people should demand for Edgar Lungu to be brought to Zambia. Because Edgar Lungu cannot just come and overrule the country. No, he's my husband, that's it. No. Come on, that man was president. You are former first lady because of that man was president. No, good point, my brother. Anyway, thanks very much. Hello? Hello?
Hello. Hello, good evening, Mr. President.
Good evening.
How are you today?
Fine, thank you.
I have a very short contribution. There's a caller that called and said that it's not in the constitution that the former president be buried in Zambia. I just have one comment. It is not in the constitution, but it is in the very same regard that the PF could not bury the former president, Kenneth Kaunda, at the family burial site that he had requested for, that we're going to use. If they couldn't just change the location of the burial site for KK. And that's just something really small because he was still in Zambia. What of burying someone outside the country?
Imagine. Yeah, a good point there. A very good point. It was within Zambia, but just to bury him in another burial site.
Yes.
The government went to court.
And they said
within Zambia.
Yes, they went to court. They even said if the family doesn't want, they shouldn't come and attend. They said that. It's on record.
Yeah.
So why is it so hard for them to think in those lines? Because this is our future. This is the This is going to be like in the history books.
Yes.
Our kids are going to look back and say, oh my God, how did we allow this to happen?
Very good point. You have made a very good point. Thank you very much. And just to add on what you have said, actually, you know, our laws in Zambia, part of it is the laws that is made through parliament, but precedences become part of the law. Precedents, meaning,
it's like a tradition.
Yes, if you go to court and there is a pronouncement which is made, that becomes part of the law. So actually, there is a law, and the law is based on the precedents. The judgment was made on Bakaunda. So there is a law. There is a law.
Exactly.
Yeah, there is a law. There is a law.
So emotions aside, things of, oh, this one said this one said that, but what is the moral thing to do? What is the right thing to do for the Zambian people, for the Zambians that voted?
Thank you.
ECL. What is the moral thing? That's the thing.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Very good contribution. Thank you. Hello?
Hello, Daddy. Mlibwanji.
Bwino mlibwanji.
Mukamba na wa uji kuno kuzambi.
Okay.
Mwanga mo suggestion yanga, since ingani iri kukoti, so pamene iri kukoti, mwina mwache, mkukamba mwenti kamba, tingaruvi anje mkukamba, koma kwa sufunika kukamba after waika maliro. Koma chame kifuna, mga mwamini mwenzo ufuta kuti, is it right kuti iwa ito South Africa? Answer niya kuti iyai, sichiri chabuino. So, chiribuino chakuti, waike maliro, kaika maliro, nye pamene mgambo kambapo, but kuikila kifuna kuti kuikila kuna kusambia.
Manje kairi, ndiye pamene pali vuto hapo, mverani, my brother wanga. Pamene pali vuto, nipakuti, maliro, sibafuna kuti tiike. Ndiye chichamene chikambira. Why? This is why we are talking. Because
wanaimisa uko kukoti kuja bafuna kuti waikiwe manje kufunika kunkala pansi bamverane bwino
manje balimbikira kaidi bakana ba family steptena mumbali yayi ba family bakana muone mverani ba boss ayayi mverani ku South African government inakambati imwe bantu mveranani you go and discuss this case, this matter, and you know they gave a judgment day patali maningi in August. Why they gave all this is that so that the family can engage. But pamene banachoka mukote Makebi Zulu anakamba kuti ife tizaye we will go on with the court case Valungu sibafuna kuti Edgar Lungu's body will not touch dust. Mutembo wa Valungu si uzaenda pansi mpaka ma stories yonse mwamene wenzo wavutira kuti baechechi mpaka vonse vikakambiwe. Ndiye pamene tizaika. Then anabwero siriza kuti Edgar Lungu he will be buried in Zambia. He will be buried in Zambia, but not under the regime of HH. Maona? Vichoka kuli Makebi Zulu, family spokesperson. Ndiye pamene anakamba. So bamene wabweresa vuto hapa kuti tisabaringe ni bandani. Is it government or family?
Okay. Mwalimu akambira tizo na kufunika kumvera na manje kufunika kutuma ko wakuru monga machifi not wa government watume machifi waikepo pamoja na wacheche wajamaa isonga kane kubaringa before 40 rule but ngati watuma wa government ndipo ini patoka chongo koma kufunika watume machifi ma areas western kwa choka machifi ya wili western machifi ya wili northern machifi ya wili na southern machifi ya wili waikepo na wa nizengoni kwa cheto of Zambia waende kuja waende wakakambe na wamani so angalete mtembo wa former president watu yayi bazambira kwa chiefs wonse muno mzambia paka mpembo ungabwire muno mwatu mzambia but not by government yake
zikomo makambabu ina maningi zikomo. Hello hello hey hello
tayarishani
namba muli echo. I think na muvika pala audiphone yenu akula ndire ni microphone.
Okay okay ndapale mfika sana
ya mfika win up.
batari sorry tuachuma sana gari wako busy right here. Yeah, talking to Chichambo, calling from Johannesburg.
Okay, yes, please go ahead, Yohani.
So, former president wa Chile, naipusha kofi kuchukuma kuri ba family. Because honestly speaking, hii family ngayale kwa yakiyo beba lungu bakakwa kiyo chabo kika private. Ngatabasu minishe ba lungu kwibini nokubaka teka wachalo chanka. Okay? Because when we do out there, you take oath to be a president of the republic. Nikishwaka, we mtu wacha. That is what these people should understand. And there is already a case where Edgar Lungu refused to hear the wishes of the Kenneth Kaunda family. And he followed what precedents has been that a former president should be buried at the embassy. That was Edgar Lungu government. So now Edgar Lungu is gone, and then they want this government to listen to the wishes of the family. Yet this is a government that is representing the people, the interests of the Zambian people. And you know, I'm blaming the people because I don't think that family, I don't believe it. She's being manipulated, and it's sad.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Please speak up.
Yes, sir. Okay. My contribution, you're still live, right? Yes. My contribution over this one is, I think it's high time that we Zambians, we learn something from what has just happened. This has more for UPND to learn because we are looking at the way the Lungu's family are behaving. It's because of how Edgar Lungu was treated. And it's not a hidden agenda. We know it, how Edgar Lungu was treated. On the other hand is that UPND should stop running government on perceptions. Because they just said, like I heard the president saying, no, I heard Lungu died in the morning, but I kept quiet, I didn't announce.
Why?
It was okay, because he wanted clarification from the family. Okay? It was okay, he wanted clarification from the family. But to our surprise is that they went faster in digging the grave before engaging the family and seeing the body. I don't know if UPND when I want on a body.
My brother, they started digging the grave after they agreed that the body was coming on Wednesday. That's when they started digging the grave.
But look at this, Mr. President. These people were in an issue na PF, were in an issue na Edgar Lungu. You understand? So they were supposed to have it concluded, everything, bankala concluded, bakambisana, na board de Lungu yankala majamwao. That's when they can go ahead in digging the grave.
But they had agreed, my brother.
But now look,
they had agreed na imo want to na information. Hello?
Batayadi.
Emkwa.
Hello, Batayadi.
Emkwa.
Before I'm done with Superwheeler, I just want to clarify two things. The first thing I want to clarify is it wasn't the state that took the Kaunda family to court. It was Kaweche Kaunda who went to court after they differed with Panji. Panji was agreeing with the state. Hello?
Yes.
Tayari the government yabalungu ya court yawe. That's I want to clarify that. It was Kaweche. Kaweche was saying that he wants the wish of Kaunda to be honored, to be buried next to Betty.
So that no. He went, but he sued government. The respondent was government.
Yes, but see, it wasn't the state that sued. They never got to clarify.
Yes, but the government was the respondent. But the government was the respondent.
No. It was him who sued.
Yes.
It was Kaweche that sued.
Yes, and government was the respondent. The government was the respondent.
So to say that the state sued is untrue, to say Kaweche sued.
Okay.
Yes, then the second thing I wanted to clarify was that in their case, what happened was because Panji was already on the side of the state, so some parts of the family were on the side of Panji together with the state. So before the case could even be concluded in court, the family prevailed on Kaweche. That's how Wakaunda was buried before the case was concluded. So to say there is a precedent in law arising from a judgment in that case is also untrue.
Okay, so
because by the time Vaishesta continue case, Nishwakaunda Shikakali, so it was overtaken by events. So that court case was never concluded. That's what I wanted to clarify.
So
then the third and final thing I wanted to clarify, hello?
Yeah, okay.
Is that because Edgar Lungu died from South Africa and he was resident in South Africa for a period of 6 months, his remains are not under the Zambian law. They are under the South African law. And according to the South African law, the remains of a deceased foreigner that dies in South Africa are handed over to the next of kin, never to the government of origin.
Okay, so, Mayo, listen.
So the court in South Africa can never flout their own law.
Okay, so, Mayo, listen.
So even the issues of alluding to, in Zambia, the public interest takes precedence, because the remains yali under South African law.
Okay, so Mayo, listen.
Okay,
so I'll leave you. Please don't go on the line because I want to follow. What you have presented. So, firstly, you have said it's not the government that sued; it's Kaweche that sued. Okay, so you are right.
Yes,
it's Kaweche that sued. But when you sue, when you sue, and I'm the respondent, it means I am part of that litigation. I am part of that litigation.
Yes, but
so Mayo, Natusumina is the one that sued. But government. Agreed. It's not government that sued. Okay? We have agreed. I agree. Yes. Okay, good. Now, the next point I'm trying to make is that, yes, it's Kaweche who sued, but government was a respondent. Yes. And since government was a respondent, it means government was part of that case. They are not the one that sued, but they were part of. They were part of.
If I'm agreeing totally.
So they were part of the case. And okay. I want to so Tumfwani. The point is that Namlanda winner, you are right. it is not the Kawe, it's not the government that sued, it's Kawe who sued. But since he sued government was part of the case. And government argued.
Because they were sued by Kawe.
And government argued. And their argument was that the public interest goes before the
other point I only had 2 points. The first one was that it was Kawechi who sued the state.
Yes.
Second, na case tie-up wile. The family itself prevailed on Kawechi.
No, Mayo.
They ended up burying Bakeke.
Mayo, there is a ruling. Echo ruling.
They didn't rule. Go back to the case. They didn't rule, sir. Go back to the case. That is overtaken by events because Keke had been buried already.
Ruling opoidi. How did the Attorney General put it in court if it wasn't ruled?
That is what is baffling everyone.
No, but they ruled.
Because there is no ruling in that case.
It's there,
by the time it was supposed to be ruled upon, Keke was underground.
Yeah, but the ruling is there. The ruling is there. It is there. The ruling is there. Yes, underground, but the case was ruled upon. It was concluded. It was concluded. Then there is the last point that
okay, let's assume that I still agree. Okay, there's a precedence by court ruling. Right?
Yes.
No, but remember, Amari means we are under South Africa, not under Zambia.
So that's the next point. My point is, yes, we agree. Edgar Lungu died in South Africa. Yes, we agree. Edgar Lungu was a resident in South Africa. But all that, we are saying, this person who was in South Africa, who died in South Africa, who was a resident in South Africa, is our former head of state. Our contention is not about where Edgar Lungu was. Our contention is that Edgar Lungu is the former head of state. Whether he was a resident of another country or whatever, he is our former head of state.
Okay, now for what na tulikonga bwino sana ndio mwachambo kulondolola mwachisala ndo kwebati mwatanda kwa mashiwe ya mwaya chisala ndo kwebati anshisho you are responding to someone you was ndo kwebati because na Edgar Lungu wine add still think sana kuli HH which brings me to the next question you kwebati are we therefore confirming that imfa ya kwa Lungu yafumine muri vengeance iya kumkanyo pia kuchipatala as revenge for if you are still
which is not, from my point of view, it is not vengeance. From my point of view, info ya Lungu, it is natural. Balungu kale batampiro kulwala mpaka baisafwa no kufa.
Bumane ukuwala kwa Balungu bonse to adishive. Number point yandimi. Ama doctors ba Balungu bambile mu 2022 ukubeta. Mamfa? But vale bakanya ukuya until Vaisaya very late. Mount Pokolef Mapeni alupote. That's why they push Shanati. Why are you repeatedly saying even Mungu did this? Even Mungu did this? Are you confirming that Ukumukanyo kuya kuchipatala Lungu was an act of vengeance?
So moneni mayo. If you're Mwalanda wino kovati. Vale mukanya. But imwe mayo ushita mwaishiwo kovati Balungu mpaka na mumfwa yabo. Was his sickness public like even ku government did ba Edgar Lungu right to send there ku medical ifine. Did he right? Apart from the last time.
On several times because his doctors were calling for him.
Well,
at one point they told him they don't have money.
From
then he told them to say Kawamfie Shanti, still more Mukanya. Mount tired, so if you're not for wish on behalf of other Zambians who quebati, we should try to chill and do.
Yo, now for my total. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Mr. Tan,
Yes.
good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
You are talking to David.
Okay.
Yes, actually, before Kulanda question, one thing that I want to talk about, it's like inform Yafwa. Let's talk about my chiefs. Yafwa, maybe to learn that informations ya certain tribe Yafwa. Then you decide saying because you piene dare umfwana ne informu ifuire. Then you decide kumutwala kumutundumbi acheko twala mukumushikira. It doesn't make sense. But that person needs to be honored in that particular place where or the people that he was ruling. Same applies to the issue of the current late president. You can't decide it's better we bury him from the other side. It doesn't make sense. A former politician, but we're able to see that this is wrong. This is right. Just cut them because they're not aligning in the perspective in how you see things and how we are seeing things. As we are supporting, we're able to say this thing is like this. We're not supposed to be arguing with such people.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, please.
Mr. Dan, Musa.
We know from Kwai.
I'm Kwai. Nasa kwa ndanda kufepano please that night. Abantu na mujipata reason po abantu. It is only right to seek bakateka besu muzambia mutaro mumu wa stress wa constitution ya chalo. Because without constitution yanga tatubita pono kwetatu ba former president. And then futi chintu chimbi ba party babo abene ba Sean Tembo ba de pangire statement yako bati tukabaleta barungu mu August 2026 ngata chinja president bena ma point nchwaka bombya yako yashikura barungu kuleta muno since bonse abantu bareranda that no in South African no South African no bena ma point nchwaka bombya yakaba valid by then that time to asegefinto mulizo ni ntaita bali bombya abantu bamuzanga uyo muntu wesu whether afurire South Africa, the fact is that in public person. And it ends there, in president was. It ends there. If your family, if you go a chan, Natawari, Fangawari, Mukanata, you go a public person, we mean if you president. So thank you about that.
Thank you, thank you. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Matayari, Mwacho Mabwanji.
Buena Bwanja.
Bueno Matayari. I've been following you over the death of Edgar Lungu. And I'm really grateful because you are really telling the nation the truth, Vatayari. It's only that some of us, we don't really understand where this whole confusion is coming from. This confusion is just orchestrated by a single person who is their lawyer, Makebi Zulu. Like you said that Tasira is just a blind follower. And yes, Manjala Tayari nifuna nifunsi. Who is the older than the other? Dariso na Tasira Lungu. Mukuru ni ndani.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. I think it's Dariso. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think it's Tasira. I think it's Tasira. Tasira should be the firstborn, I think.
But now, when it comes like this, Mwamuna
amankhala ndithu munthu mukulu, especially pama problems like this. They will say, okay, ask that gentleman, no matter how young that person might be, kumuzi sekweti na kulira watayari. Mwamuna ankhala mwamuna. And the way that there's a young lady who spoke nicely, not that woman who took a lot of time with you, but there's a lady who spoke very nice and soft, voice. Ujamwana alina nzeru watayari. Alina nzeru maningi. Then you find that you ask a gentleman, the government obligated the agreement. You asked that gentleman, he said, I don't know. So a lot of people, they are just blind following this confusion. Sibaziwa, why these things are happening. It's politics.
It's politics.
Even in Nakachinda. Even in Nakachinda, to say, okay, where did the government go wrong? Nakachinda won't tell you. He will just bring in politics. Even you are given Urvinda to say, where did the government go wrong? He will just start politicking. So now, to cut all this confusion, the government has done a very good move to sue the family so that a South African government is still rule. Once this thing will go in favor of the government, I think it won't say Sivizasira.
Sivizasira,
I've never seen.
You know what? Why Sivizasira?
Yeah.
When if for example the government wins, Zambian government wins, va Esther Lungu na Makebi Zulu wao vazakana kubwera, they will refuse.
Okay.
And you know, remember, like this woman said that the South African government has to give to the family. So as the family, they will refuse to receive that body. They will refuse to get on a plane to come to Zambia with a corpse, and that will create a problem because government ichisankala chovuta kuti vatenge chabe body basi family kuja and family without being there. It might be very difficult, but this is what will happen. You will see, even if the South African court rules in favor of Zambian government, Vaja, they have made it a point that it was a buera. And that's why I'm saying the issue that we should be looking at, Nima cases yaja, because Vaja want to, all these things that we are talking about, it is not about, no, we don't want HH. No, no, it is about Milandu Zija. Milandu Zija, Bakapuera Zambia. Because soon after burial, the cases will start.
Cases will start. Yes.
So those are the things that we need to look at. Sibazabuela here. Olo HH akambeti yai what ile sinza pese kako o HH akambe so nimiuza wajawandiso wazabuela. Sibazabuela.
Imagine today, Paramount Chief Mpezeni has spoken about this. We don't talk Ngani Yamariro before burial. We always talk Ngani Yamariro after burial. If this is what Mpezeni was talking about today. But now when you see people positioning themselves, and I wonder, Barungu, if he is really coming from Petauke, where are his uncles for Nakachinda to be spearheading all this? Where are the uncles? Where are the aunties?
Yeah. No, thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
I salute you, Mr. Tayari. Please continue educating us.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello?
Mr. President Tayari, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yes. Mr. Tayari, I've been following.
Yes.
And I think you, my mommy, you are wise. I'm telling you, I've seen something in you.
Because I agree with you, Myron Kakamba. If I say something, that you don't like, Muzamba, hey, Kayari, you are useless.
They don't understand me. The PF and the family were hiding that churches, Garungu is not sick.
Yeah.
It was in public. The whole country, people had news to say our former president is sick, but these people were saying no, he's not sick. So I don't understand who they tell to say he was sick and then he was not given support. Because themselves, they were refusing to say he was not sick. So who are they blaming when they were hiding the sickness of a person? That's my question. Anyway, we are watching. We wait after until we see the final result. But I don't think it is right to be doing that.
No, Zikomu. Hello? Hello.
Yes, hello. Good evening, Mr. Kayari.
Good evening.
Yes, Mr. President. I think this whole thing, the problem is there is politics involved in this general. If you've seen, how can the opposition say on 28th August, immediately we swear in a new president, we are going to bring back the board? That clearly shows that it's more politics. So if I told these people they are out of this union, yes, Mr. President.
No, thank you. No, it's actually true what this gentleman has just said, because there are people who believe that next year Hakainde Hichilema is going out of power, and they really want to use this as a campaign strategy as well. They strongly believe that they can win with this situation. The politics are there. Hello?
Hello, Mr. President. How are you this evening?
Fine, thank you, sir.
Fine. This is Kaulankashi. I'm calling you from Livingston.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yes, what is going on here, the politicking from the PF, I think I like the point that the previous caller made. These people, the Patriotic Front and the Atonsi Alliance, whatever, they are on record to have told this nation that the last 6th president, Mr. Edgar Chagwa was fit. I even remember a press briefing where Mr. Given Lubinda, the PF Vice President, he mentioned these words, as I quote. He said, Edgar Chagwa ali gwa. Meaning,
yeah. I remember that as well.
Exactly. Meaning he is fit. He's very well. These are just propagandas by the UPND government that he is sick.
Yes.
Right, and as if that was not enough, Mr. Sean Tembo, issued the threatening statement against the PS Tabokawana. When Tabokawana mentioned and told the nation that former President Edgar Lungu was on chemotherapy in South Africa, he disputed that statement, saying that is false and malicious, and that the former president, Mr. Edgar Lungu, was in good health. Now, there is a contradiction, Mr. President. If they are saying that when Mr. Lungu was ill, government blocked him from accessing medical care,
in South Africa. How is it that they were saying he was not sick, at the same time they were claiming when he was sick, government didn't take care of him? It's not making sense intellectually. You see, Mr. President.
Yeah.
So, if anything, the PF and the Tonse Alliance, they owe this country, they owe a citizen an explanation. Why did they conceal the illness of Mr. Edgar Lungu? Why didn't they come out public to tell the citizens, the nation, that Mr. Edgar Lungu was unwell? Probably us as citizens, because we loved our former president, we could have gathered to pray for him. Maybe the situation would have been different. He could have been alive. God would have heard our prayers to save his life. But they concealed. This is a group of people, Mr. President, who concealed the illness of the former president. Tonse Alliance and the PF, they are on the record. The videos are there on YouTube, Facebook, and whatever platform, stating that Mr. Lungu wasn't ill.
Thank you, my brother.
Former president has it. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello?
They are there.
Hello?
On YouTube,
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
I'm trying to join your live.
Sorry?
I'm trying to join your live. Are you still live or what?
Yes, you are live right now, so people can hear you.
Oh, hi everyone. Yeah, I'm just saying my
Speak up so that people can hear you properly.
I'm saying I'm just concerned about this family. I don't really understand the embarrassment that they're causing to the whole country, and it's like the whole world is watching what they're doing, and I think it's not fair for the president and the people that really cared for Mr. Lungu. I should also think I think South Africa needs to come in and just send these people back, because I don't think it's just fair that the head of safety will be treated in this manner. This is just so ghetto. It's just showing how PF has always been very violent and very controlling, and that's not a good picture. We don't want such kind of leaders in our country, and I pray that the wife and the daughter should come to their senses and just, hush everything and say, hey, let's go back home and let this man rest.
Yeah. Thank you, my sister. Thank you. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Dad.
Good evening.
Oh, thank you. No, I just have a single question to ask you. According to your observation, who do you think is causing the delay to bury the former head of state? Is it the state, or the Patriotic Front members, or the Lungu's family, or the family representative to the Lungu's family? Thank you.
So, it is very simple, my brother. The government want Edgar Lungu to be buried in Zambia as a former head of state. The family are the ones that are putting conditions. They are putting conditions and they are making it difficult. Particularly if we were to bring it down to say, because when you say family, at the end of the day, it is the widow. The widow has a more say about this. So, unfortunately, we have got no way but to bring it to Esther to say, she is the person that is holding by Edgar Lungu in that fridge. She is the one that is holding by Edgar Lungu in that fridge. Because if she really wanted, by now would have buried. The issues that they are bringing up, they are not making sense. And from my point of view, that's why I'm thinking that the cases which are in court could be playing a big role why these people are holding on to these issues. That is my response, my brother. Hello? And by the way, this is the judgment. Somebody was asking about the judgment. No, there is no judgment. There is no judgment. Here is a judgment. Somebody sent me the judgment in that case. Anyway, hello? 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 Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Yeah, President,
we know.
Okay. President, I think I want to inkonga shughuli wena kwela mwa. Ifintu mulanda, nopo mwambilo kulanda fenza filo mfika wena. So nangu nashimala ba comment hapa wakati. Is it in order umuntu as a Christian nation? Ukufuana ufulwira banove. Ati kuya muntu kuchilota keseko. Panto alindufyanya panto lede turamona kona wakati zaina lya mkufa. Haitana abantu pachiri pa bedside ndefo munga ndeko lwa pastor bese ampepereko bese ampepereko abantu unalufyanya bonse banjirere ko ruse na ine food na ina bidera ko ruse food na lero no problem na food wise no help but umuntu ngwali wakalipa sana ekenti munde kule bashima papo ba pastor bali bonse abese muna ndeko na bena pano na tawo kono umuntu ufide ali patile bachite bati dekeni muvere nkolo pali chonso fyawo ya lucheno bakata muna nkongole muzinka we tukasampera mbefitike kuli abana stop chifika kwati umuntu alanda kiro umuntu shake speech kwa keseko bana bena bakonkeresha so inshore kwaka ine chikonko kumfuana na muchishani leko shene tanachikwata kubantu na ine wini
yo na totera sana mkwa yeah, anyway, at the end of the day, I think we have had a good time. Let me end here. I know phone calls are still coming, but okay, I'll take one. Last one. This is the last one. I'll take this one. Hello?
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 Yes.
Yes, sir.
So, I'm from Lusaka.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you see this issue, the way it is being politicized, you do know for sure that these people, they want to see if there will be elections next year. You take what Mr. Winda was saying. He called for people to put on something that will remind them of Lungu. So what is that?
Regalia.
Regalia. So they wanted to measure the impact to see how many people would turn.
Yes.
And that will give them an indication to see if you are winning or not. So the real of the matter is that politics is involved.
Yeah.
So what we know traditionally, even if you are not in good terms, if someone has died, you all come together and speak and cry. Because no one knows death. We don't know what happens when somebody has died. And the person who is dead, we don't know what happens when they are dead. Wherever they go, we don't know. So what Madam Lungu is doing is not fair even to the Zambian people. Because they are ordinary Zambian people who don't know what is going on. They are being tormented, they are being tortured, they are being stressed because of what is happening. People cried when Lungu died. But now what is happening is like people are pressed, like they are tortured because of those decisions which are made there. So we can't finger point who is doing what and who is doing what. We know what Lungu did to HH. We also know what how HH worked with Lungu. We understand both of them. But all those differences should be put aside. And let us just focus on the funeral. Let us bury and move ahead. So the issue of politicizing this funeral is not going to take us anywhere. So, and someone is going to be exposed at the end. We are going to know who was making things difficult after the burial, because whether we like it or not, Lungu is going to be buried, and we will know who was causing the problems. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello?
Mr. Taylor, how are you?
Fine, fine, thank you.
I'm fine. I'm calling you from South Africa.
You okay?
Yes, I just want to ask you, Mr. Tayali, when Mrs. Lungu comes from, she don't have parents or relatives or uncles.
Sorry, you mean where Mr. Lungu comes from or where Mrs. Lungu?
Where Mrs. Lungu comes from.
Ah. I'm sure she has. I'm sure they are there.
Have relatives.
I'm sure they are there.
This is my. Let me say to give you my advice, Mr. Tayali.
Yes.
Why is the president right now, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, why can't he call the chief Bezeni, he called Chief Chitukulu, he called the other chief from Southern Province, he called some church leaders, 1 or 2. He sent them to South Africa to say, go and talk to Mrs. Lungu. Do you think Mrs. Lungu can refuse to pray in front of these 3 chiefs sitting in front of her talking? Do you think she will say no?
Yeah.
That's what I think can be the best solution, to say, Mr. President should call those people. There is a plane, go inside the plane, go and bring that boat. I can assure you, Mr. Tayali, by Friday that boat will be in Zambia.
No, I am very sure, my brother, what your submission is being heard. I'm sure government is listening to your submissions.
Yes.
And I hope even somebody else also brought out this, that let the chiefs, the traditional leaders come in. So I'm sure the government will act on that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tayali.
Thank you. It's good to hear that you are following our issues, and thank you for hosting us. You have been very good to us, you people in South Africa. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Chirikateri.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. One thing that I wanted to talk about is that talking about what is going on, we really don't.
Sorry. I lost that one. Hello? 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 It's cutting. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please.
Batari.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, it's about the lady who called earlier. The one who talked about
the precedents.
Counter's son. Yes, no, the Counter's son
not suing.
Yeah. Yes. I'm happy you got the court
ruling.
But again, remember, when there was a press conference, the first press conference in South Africa, the Secretary of the Cabinet made it clear that the doctor approached the government, and the government asked if they could do something about it. And the doctor said, no, we are just informing you that this might be going to South Africa.
No, sorry, I'm not cutting you, my brother. Basically, she was talking about earlier requests. She was talking about earlier requests, not the last request, but earlier requests. There were other requests before. And that's what she was talking about.
Okay, then that's understood. But again, you got the court ruling.
Yeah.
So I thought there you were stuck. You couldn't respond when she brought up this issue.
No, I did respond. Because I knew that the ruling was there. So I said it. Of course, she was adamant to say no, there was no ruling, but I knew that the ruling was there. Yeah. Anyway, thanks, my brother.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, sure, thanks. Okay, I end here for now. Thank you very much for the interaction. I think there have been something that has come out of this program from you callers. I think one of the things that has come out from the callers is that can the traditional leaders be involved in these negotiations? Can the traditional leaders and the church leaders be involved in these negotiations? I hope those of you in government will consider these submissions that have come from people. There is also another point that has come in, which relates to my Archbishop. It's very difficult for me to talk about my Archbishop because I'm a Catholic. But I think that point was also needs to be taken note of. To say, as a Archbishop who is close to the family, he could help. Because surely, if the Archbishop is a friend to the family, and yet the family is insisting on bitterness, I think it becomes a little bit difficult for the public to say, how is it, that, this family is a friend to the Archbishop, and yet they are being adamant on issues that should be resolved, where people should be able to reconcile. Another issue that has come out in this program is that much as the Makebi Zulu is saying, no, the court cases are not an issue, I think those court cases can be brought in. Maybe family should consider a proposal to the family, and especially that this situation is more of it does not relate to government. It's about, there is a complainant there who is somehow a distant relations and so on and so forth. So maybe the family can engage, this complainant and see what they can come up, so that this case can be resolved together with other cases, because the issue of cases, I think, is playing a role. Then there is also the issue of politics. This issue is political. Please, let us avoid using the body of Edgar Lungu to do our politics. At the end of the day, Hakainde Hichilema is a head of state, and I think Hakainde Hichilema, he has tried, to act as a leader, to be there to show that patriotism and magnanimity. Now, when I say this, it doesn't mean that I've become a praise singer for President Hakainde Hichilema. No, we agree on this one. Tomorrow, there might be another issue. I might not agree with him. I'll criticize him. And some of you will be saying, but now you have changed. No, I don't change. I look at issues and I give my views based on the issue that I'm looking at. Thank you very much. May God bless you. May God bless Zambia, and good night.